How has Russia exacerbated the humanitarian crisis in Syria by their involvement there?
Where do I start? So, Sarah, first of all, I was in the 55-kilometer deconfliction zone. I arrived this morning, and the Russians overflew us like 10 times in one single day. The reason they're doing it is to pull information, to intimidate us, to have us scatter or go hide in bunkers, to stop the provision of humanitarian aid, to stop doctors who for the first time in 9 years showed up. Imagine 9 years. People would call me and say, I don't know why my child died. I want to know what the diagnosis is so the other one doesn't die. It is that level of desperation. And so you have the intimidation of the Russians there. The Russians, alongside the Assad regime, have a complete besiegement and starvation campaign around the 55K. They don't allow anything in. For example, when I go there, I have to bring everything that I need with me the entire time. Imagine kids that have never seen a toy or have never had cake. Imagine the worst camp in the world. I don't know a camp worse than the situation of Rukban camp. But what is amazing is if we're handing out some baby formula or if we have doctors, the discipline they have. In another place, people would be clamoring to eat something because they're starving. But I think being amazing people standing up to these evil forces has been quite inspirational. And in terms of vetoes in the Security Council for the openings of borders, which is really amazing. Like it's our money that we give the UN to give to the Syrian people, yet we have to negotiate and give concessions so Russia allows us to bring in our aid through borders that neither Russia nor the Assad regime controls. And we clap and claim victory for getting 6 more months of an open border. Every border between the north and any border between the south should be open for the provision of aid. It shouldn't be simply in the hands of Russia and the Assad regime. And I can go on, sir, but the Russians have done everything they can to make the humanitarian situation horrible and everything they can to make sure that as many Syrian refugees go to Europe, because they know that destabilizing the European Union is a major goal of theirs and they're happy to use Syrian civilians to do